Hey everybody, this video is going to be another video request piece, and this one is from Midnight Aries. So thanks so much for providing a question, because again, if you're interested, then probably other people are interested as well. Their request is on the effect of inferior feeling. Sorry, I just have to read this, make sure I get it right. The effect of inferior feeling that can have on the INTJ in a negative way. So I find it quite ironic that that's a question, because as an INTJ, I already am inferior feeling, so I really had to think about this one, because a lot of times for myself anyways, my internal processes are subconscious and more thought and overview rather than the overt feeling, which is extroverted feeling. So anyways, what I found is that I'll speak to a little bit of what I've done in research and how inferior feelers tend to bring everything internal. So instead of being overtly emotional, they take the information and process it internally, potentially blaming themselves or thinking about how it impacts them. And maybe that ties to also the fact that, say for myself, something that deeply can hurt me will take me probably 3 days for me to fully understand what happened, because I don't immediately get upset. It's after the fact that I start to understand through my deductive knowledge what really happened, and then it cues in my feeling side. But one thing that I find interesting, and this is not speaking to actually a relational side, this is speaking to just a societal side. I have an example in my own personal life where I was in a car accident where I was hit head-on on a highway. And the individual that actually hit me was running around all ecstatic. She was on some sort of medication. I can't remember the details. However, when the fire truck actually came to the site, it was that person that they thought was the victim, and they were wondering what was happening, and they didn't know who I was, and they're like, when my vehicle was on fire on the side of the road, it's quite the story, they were wondering, oh, so who are you in this? And I said, that's my car. And they were like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I am okay. I just want my stuff out of my car, but I couldn't because it's on fire. And they didn't even know what to do with me. They just basically were like, would you like a bottle of water? They didn't assess me or anything, but it's because I feel that the inferior feeling kicks in and you're overridden by your logic trying to process the situation, in my personal experience. And the shock takes over, but not in the overt expressive way, but in the assessing the situation internally way. And you can't necessarily do that in an emergency situation. So it goes a little bit further, where when I went to consult with a lawyer about what I should be doing about this, I walked into the lawyer's office after setting up the meeting, and the lawyer asked me a bunch of questions, and I explained, and using my rational deduction logic, and he sat back and said, there's nothing you can do. There's no civil case for this, because even though she was medicated and she hit you head on, you look too put together to file for this case. And he goes, if you came in here with a fake limp and maybe a neck brace or something like that, then we could potentially make a case for you. But because you're coming in with logic and you're not coming in appealing using your feelings and acting out of place, or I guess it would be appropriate, therefore you would not have standing in court. And I found that very interesting. This is just one tidbit, but I think it brings to light the idea of inferior feeling and how it does impact you negatively, because in that case, if I was say an extroverted feeler, I would be coming in with tears and crying and not making sense, and I would appeal to their emotional side, and the lawyer would see that, oh, there's a case there because this person can act histrionic in court, and therefore I can have a better chance of winning. So anyways, that's my quick response for that. It's kind of a different cue, but that's what came to mind when I thought of this, because again, inferior feeling is not our thing. So anyways, as always, if you have a request for any sort of video, just put in video request in the comment section. Thanks so much.